Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yoshai, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders who teach us this truth of GMS. And salutation to our people scattered abroad. This is Banaya, and fair use is in effect. I'll play 2 videos, then I'll do some scriptures.
So Canada has an organ harvesting problem, or if you maybe want to look at the globalist elites, it's probably a positive thing for the Canadian government and for the United States government, which gets to reap the benefits of this organ harvesting of MAID patients. It's demonic, it's deeply satanic. We are looking at the transhumanist agenda unfolding right before our eyes in Canada. David Creighton joins us now from Ottawa, Canada, to talk about that and so much more. David, we're getting some deeper facts now about this organ harvesting that has been unfolding because of the MAID program. Maybe you can walk us through the mechanics of this and how this is actually affecting people.
Well, Clayton, we predicted that this was precisely what was going to happen with the medical assistance in dying program. That it was not only going to become inevitable in expanding its scope of so-called eligible people, but that organ harvesting was going to become part of this practice. So now I don't think we know where legality begins and illegality ends, or illegality begins and legality ends. Because now we have an organ harvesting program that has essentially been started because of the euthanasia program in Canada. So I can tell you how much you can trust the Canadian government to do the right thing, to do the honest thing, to do something with any scruples behind it. And that's exactly zero. We have the most corrupt government ever in Ottawa right now. The Liberal government of Mark Carney is the most corrupt government. And I predict this is exactly where the founders,
Once again,
the
this is only for
progenitors of the
teaching
MAID program wanted this
and
to go
commentary.
into organ harvesting. And so now, therefore, we could start selling these organs at tremendous profit to the United States and to other interested countries. And this is beyond disgusting. You called it demonic, Clayton. That's precisely what it is. Canada is a demonic cult of death, headed by the high priest, Mark Carney. His predecessor, of course, was Justin Trudeau, where all of this began. Canada is a country that has no abortion law, for instance. We have abortion on demand, unrestricted abortion on demand, up till the birth and including, I believe, the birth of the child. We also have a euthanasia program that is so accessible now, it just keeps expanding. And of course, a couple of years ago, it was going to be expanded to the mentally ill and the addicted, and even the children. But the Liberal government sort of put the brakes on that. There was such pushback from psychiatric associations and psychologists. They decided just to slow things down a bit. I predict that expansion is coming in the near future, and they'll do it very quietly. And they'll do it behind closed doors, because Mark Carney has passed legislation now that this kind of activity can remain cabinet confidential and does not have to be revealed to the media or the public. This can all be done in clandestine activity. And this is exactly where they wanted to go with this program, Clayton. Yeah. It is horrifying, but this is the end result of a society that does not value life.
Well, we got some new information from Jim O'Neill, who is the Deputy Health and Human Services Secretary, and he has condemned this. So I think one of the reasons we're getting maybe some more information about this over the past few days at least is from Jim O'Neill, and he's saying that this is a permissive program for ill patients And he says that this has crossed ethical boundaries by increasing the deceased organ donation rates. And, we point to these statistics. He points out, he says, we thought we'd seen all the possible horrors, in America, and then Canada has this strange new horror that was really just shocking, he says, end quote. We have from 2018 to 2022, the number of deceased donors who died by physician-assisted suicide increased from 4.9% in 2018 to 14% in 2022. That's 4 years ago. I can only imagine that it's exploded since then.
And this is going into pharmaceuticals.
What has? Canada is the assisted suicide capital of the world.
Food and drug.
The problem here, Clayton, is
linked.
that you can't get an operation in Canada under our so-called free healthcare system, under Medicare, which so many Americans are lusting after because they think, oh, it's the answer. Canada's Medicare. It's just so good. Well, the problem with that, Clayton, is that you can wait 6 months for a hip replacement operation. Never mind if you have stage 3 cancer. So what are the authorities saying? I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to stop your cancer growth in time. We just don't have a surgeon available. We can't get you on the operating table. But guess what? We have medical assistance in dying. And we're going to offer that to you. And by the way, maybe you can donate the organ to us afterwards. That's exactly where we're coming to. Clayton, I have talked to people who have been offered MAID simply because they're depressed, simply because they're waiting for an operation, and it's not necessarily even a life-saving operation. They're just waiting. So the people come around and say, well, you have an option here if things get just too heavy for you. Have you considered medical assistance in dying? And people who are suffering from the COVID shot, I have had people on my program talking about this. Kayla Pollitt, who is a quadriplegic as a result of the COVID shot. She was an athlete before COVID.
Yep.
She's been offered MAID twice instead of getting any help with her sickness from the federal government. So never mind trying to help people's lives. Let's just offer them death. That's where this liberal government has gone under Justin Trudeau and now is continuing the same course under Mark Carney. And it is horrifying.
Every workout injury.
I'm just convinced this world is just one big movie.
This is the second video.
Watching. Listen, so I just watched this newscaster. She said she presenting a beautiful story, and she go on to say that somebody threw 200 kidneys in a duffel bag in front of the hospital. The doctor come on and say they received a beautiful gift of 200 kidneys. And he was like, and they was fresh. They had to got them within the last 24 hours. Baby, it's a whole crime scene inside that duffel bag. Because, baby, look, we got 2 kidneys in our body. So that's 100 people. Where are these 100 dead bodies at? Where are these people at? How is this story amazing when it's 100 people out there gotta be missing without no kidneys? Where is the beauty in that? And they talking about this is an amazing, beautiful story. How? That y'all just got 200 anonymous kidneys dropped off at a hospital door that y'all claim were fresh. Where is the rest of the body? And then the doctor go on and mention something about the brains, the lungs, and the heart. I guess he's trying to say they need that too, so drop it off at the door. Man, what? We in a movie, y'all. We were in a movie.
We are in the Mosai movie.
Y'all.
Remember that. Okay. We are in the Mosai's movie. Now these, let's go into this. So pharmacy. And we push down pharmakios. Pharmakis. A preparer of drugs. A poisoner. Okay? A poisoner. That's somebody who poisons people. A sorcerer. Okay? A drug, a poison. Charm, spell, enchantment. Are you getting it yet? So we'll move down. There are the meaning. Drug, poison. pilliter, charm, spells, enchantment, use or administration of drugs. Okay, preparer of drugs, poisoner, sorcerer, use of drugs, medicine, potion, or spells, poison, witchcraft, remedy, cure. So this is purgative. So this is what this is going into. That's what it is. Okay. Aye. So now I'll start with this one. Galatians 5:20. I'll start at 18. But if ye be led of the Spirit, you are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulsion, wrath, strife. So wrath going into anger, sedition, strife going into fighting against each other or fighting against someone. Sedition, heresies. Yeah. So you don't want this spirit upon you. Okay? You don't want these upon you. These are not of the Most High. So you must be led by the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai. Okay, now Revelation 18:23. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. So his sorcery is going into his movies. You understand? His movies, his medicine, which is death. This man is as death. Okay? Everything he deals with, it's about destruction. Okay? So this is what it's going into. Destruction. And this man is going down. Okay? This place is done. Proverbs 20:1. Wine is a mocker, strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived there is not wise. So be in your right mind. Okay? Be in your right mind. Don't be drunk. Don't ever get drunk. Okay? Be in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. Ephesians 5:18. Ephesians, where are you? And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. That's right. Speaking to yourself in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your mind to Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. So it say your heart here, but we know it's your mind, right? Because you can't think in your mind, in your heart, can you? You think in your mind. From your mind come evil and good. Okay? And So that's about it. Give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yoshai, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, and salutation to all people scattered abroad. And shalom.